midwives and birth centers. This section we're going to go over effective marketing strategies billing companies can implement when wanting to market towards midwives and birth centers. We're going to talk about the importance of professional digital presence that's going to attract those key clients you're looking for and build that reputation and trust long term. We're going to talk about utilizing network and partnership opportunities to expand your presence in those business opportunities being brought your way. We're going to create actionable marketing plans tailored to your unique out-of-hospital midwifery market that you want to serve. We're going to be able to talk about the different ways you can serve midwives, and where you want to go with your practice will determine your marketing campaign. Why marketing matters so much when you're talking about out-of-hospital midwifery billing services. This is a niche on top of niche market, and you want to be able to get in front of your potential clients you want to serve. So if you want to serve midwives in Texas, you got to be able to know how to get in front of them. What are their needs? What are their pain points? What are the challenges with that local market that you can serve, and make sure your marketing campaigns address those key pain points the midwives and the birth centers are having. You want to build credibility. You want to showcase your past expertise, whether it's your statistics, it's your years of billing experience, it's in other specialties and moving over to midwifery now, it's your happy customers you've been serving in the past and their testimonials, and you want to talk about how you stand out from your competitors. What are other billing companies doing, and how can you stand out from the crowd so that you can attract and retain those amazing midwives to serve long term? You want to look at credibility and trust. You want a consistent marketing plan that highlights your unique expertise, your past success stories. If you're a new company, talk about your success stories with your other specialties that you've been expanding out of. Get involved in those communities. Figure out where the midwives get together for peer review, for education, for support with each other, and see if you can do a webinar. See if you can take them out for a lunch and be able to promote your products and services. Once you get going and you build up that reputation branding, the referral basis will be a strong aspect of your marketing campaign. You want to show how you stand out from the competitors. There's a few billing companies in this industry, and they all set up their structure their business a little bit different. And so you want to figure out, do you want to just help out the clients after they're done with midwifery services and they've got a super bill and they need some assistance with processing and getting reimbursed from their insurance company? Do you want to work directly with the midwives and birth centers and do prior auths and do verification of benefits and do the full scope business aspect support for billing? Or do you want to really just hone in on a la carte? Do you want to be a consulting service? Do you want to help train their team to do the billing for them? What aspect of your billing services you want to implement? You need to hone in on your specialty, make your services easy for them to understand, the prices as transparent as you can be, and how you stand out from the competitors. You want to build that trusting relationship. This is a small community. Midwives talk, and so you want to be the one that they are saying nothing but great things about. You have a waiting list, and you have clients, the midwife practices, that are very, very happy with the services that you're offering, and they're not even considering looking anywhere else. How a strategic marketing approach drives growth. You want digital presence. It's essential nowadays. You want a professional website. You want strong SEO optimization on the website, on your social media platforms, on just the generic Google search, Yahoo, Bing. You want online reviews to help with visibility. You want a blog post. You want like a YouTube channel. You want some webinars. You are engaging on the internet every aspect you can. Networking, community engagement. Maybe you're going to decide to join a Facebook group that's Midwife Billing Makes Me Crazy, and you're going to add expertise and bring your knowledge to the table and help out the midwives so that they want to set up a discovery call. You're going to attend local midwife retreats, like Carolina Birth Junkies has an amazing retreat every year, and you can sponsor things. You could do a national level with the American Association of Birth Center does an annual conference, and you can have a table, you can do a presentation for the event. You just want to get your expertise out there and network with the key leads that are in front of the midwives, and the midwives value their recommendations. Consistent, authentic communication. You want to give regular updates and educational content that shows you're highly qualified, you're a trusted billing company, and you value that relationship and you do what your marketing says you do. So it's really important to get more visibility, get yourself out there, build up that branding and trust, and really know what your mission and vision is and how you're going to implement that in the marketing so it'll attract those midwives and birth centers that you exactly want to serve. So networking opportunities, you're going to look at different referral programs, you're going to look at online groups that are available, you're going to look at maybe there's billing companies out there that are really busy and they would like to have someone else to refer to and send their patients or their midwife practices because they can't serve them, they've got a waiting list. And so if you can become a credible cross referral for another billing company, that is a great way to get busy. There's different benefits of joining professional organizations. You can be a business member of the American College of Nurse Midwives. They have a marketing tab and a sponsorship tab, so you can get recognized when they do a lot of events and talk about different services available for midwives and their businesses. The Midwives Association of North America, it's international, but there is quite a bit for the certified professional midwives, which tend to be more of the out-of-hospital midwifery community is certified professional midwives and licensed midwives. Every state has an ACNM and a CPM chapter that you can get involved in. So if you really are like, I want to serve New York, I want to serve California, I want to serve Georgia, get in touch with those state affiliations and really try to get yourself out there and in front of those spaces midwives are seeing all the time. You want to be able to access funding options to be able to show them the value. If we can provide access to the midwives saying, hey, you're going to make more money, you're going to have happier patients, they're going to owe less out of pocket, we're going to get the insurance to pay, and we're going to get them to pay fast, you're going to be very successful. On a global connection, there's quite a few international organizations like the International Confederation of Midwives. There is an educational platform called Gold Midwifery, and they do a lot of international expertise, and a good chunk of the midwives that are their followings are from the United States. So it just depends on who you want to serve and how you want to get in front of them. And do you want to be known nationally just in the US? Do you want to be known locally, or do you want to be known on an international level for your billing services? Local engagement, so you want to attend prenatal classes, doula events, different things that can let the patients know, hey, you're a billing service and you should talk to your midwife. If you're doing out of hospital birth, I would love to help your midwife with getting your insurance to pay some of the services. Sometimes it's not always marketing to the midwives, but getting in front of the patients that maybe have a midwife that's just cash and doesn't do anything with billing. So you can get that patient to say to their midwife, hey, I really want you to test and try this billing company with me so that I can try to get my birth paid this time. Doulas, lactation consultants, chiropractors, anybody that regularly interacts with the midwives in your local community will be an excellent resource to get in front of those busy midwives. Setting up a referral program, there's different ways you can structure it. Positive reinforcement, you can send thank you cards to referrals, you can set up raffles and goodie programs, you can have an actual reimbursement program that if they do a refund they get a discount on your services. There's a lot of different ways you can structure that referral to really build those long-term relationships, because if you have some great patients and midwives you're serving, you want referrals from them because they're going to also have an affiliation with great people that have similar business mindset. Online professional groups, we talked about like Facebook. There's different virtual spaces of support for billing that it would be really good to brand yourself as the expert to the midwife. digital presence, definitely a website, SEO optimization, blog post. You want to be at the top for the searching of billing services for midwives and birth centers. If you currently search for midwives and birth centers, most of the stuff is my content, the billing advice, the courses we create, the blog posts, the content, because there's not a lot of competitors in this market. And so it's really, really good and bad when it's a niche service, because it won't take you much for rankings because there's not a lot of people competing to serve billing for midwives and birth centers, but it's also 1 to 3% of the population are choosing out of hospital births, and even less midwives are doing billing. They're more cash, out of network, super bills later. So I would challenge you to find those midwifery practices and challenge them and say, hey, let me show you what I can do. I know you've never used a billing company before. Let me have a couple of your patients that you've delivered a few times and they've struggled to get reimbursed by their insurance company, and I want to make it a different experience for them this time. Look at the web essentials. There's very core things you need to have on your website. You need to talk about your services, your expertise, your mission, your how you set up your services as far as like payment structures and what do you include, what do you not include, how they can get a hold of you, how to easily get them to call for action. So hitting those pain points when you talk about the blog posts and the struggles and the challenges people have with the billing system and how you can help them. Once you get established, you'll add testimonials, you'll add statistics, you'll add case studies to show your credibility and the high quality that you've been doing for other midwives and birth centers. You can easily have a secure client portal for your midwives, for their patients, so you can easily communicate back and forth about the billing process and making it a smooth transient relationship back and forth between you and the customers you're serving. Content creation, it's really important to have regular blogs, have different social media interactions, regularly get involved in blogs and conversations on the internet, adding value to the community. So lots of free resources, whether it's in your newsletter, whether it's videos, whether it's webinar, whether it's downloadable tools and toolkits that they have. Maybe you have a shop tab that helps them if they're not quite ready for a billing company. There's a lot of different ways you can support with your business, not just billing for the midwives, but adding resources of helping them until they're ready to join with a billing company. Educational content will build your authority and strengthen the client loyalty to you know what you're talking about. SEO and online visibility. This one is really complicated to a lot of people in marketing because it's so technical. You usually got to hire a lot of really good IT guys that can go through your website, go through your social media, go through the search engines and like Google Analytics to really see what people are searching for and how to get you ranking higher than the competitors so people find you first. And it's easier, like, hey, if they're searching midwife billing, birth center billing, you want to be on the top of the mainstream list and the social media platforms when people are looking for those things. You want to make sure your name, your business, your address, your phone number are all very consistent. If you say Michigan in one platform, but then you say MI in another platform, even though to us as human beings that's the same, with the Google Analytics and the SEO, it messes up all the algorithms. So these are little things that a lot of people, you got to think like a computer and you got to think like SEO analytics, and the average business owner has to outsource their marketing, especially the SEO side. You can consider some email marketing campaigns. You can send some newsletters weekly, monthly, quarterly, giving them some updates, giving them some value, telling success stories, hitting pain points that other midwives are having trouble with and how you've solved those problems. You can set up different ways that they can sign up for your emails and your newsletters. You can give them away some goodies if they sign up. You gotta do a call of action that it is. So many people get spammed so much that you got to add enough value that they're not going to unsubscribe and that they're going to even have some time to review your newsletter. So spend some time making high quality newsletters that add value to their practice, even if they're not quite ready to sign up with you. It's a great way to keep engaged. Partnership and strategic alliance. I talk a lot. I would love to work with a nationwide billing company so that we can partner with business consulting and the billing services and really take birth centers and midwives to the next level. I think there's a lot of opportunity and potential with really expanding these midwife business affiliations to join forces together so that you can get an accountant, you can get a financial planner, you can get a lawyer, you can get a biller, you can get a business consultant, and you can have this coalition of like-minded high caliber businesses that will refer to each other, and you know just from them being part of that alliance that they're at the next level of what the future of midwifery business support looks like. So you want to collaborate with other birth centers and practices, add value. They're going to establish that relationship of compounding that they'll refer to you. You want to part with midwife educators and training programs because especially direct entry midwives, certified professional midwives, most of them start their own independent practice as a new grad. So if you can get yourself in front of those midwives that are just graduated or just graduated, you have a blank slate of no headaches with billing, no past auditing problems you have to clean up taking over their billing for them. Yes, you're going to have to grow with them. They'll have a small practice starting out initially, but you're going to be able to have a blank slate to train them about billing and get a sound system in place that will have a long-term ripple effect on your billing. You want to engage with IT, so if there's billing systems out there already existing midwives are using or charting systems, you want to integrate them smoothly, but then they could be a great referral base when they're looking at billing options. Co-host workshops, webinars, join with other experts in the field and get their relationships strengthened and yours by attracting cross leads to each other. Referral incentives, bundle packages. Look at how you want to group things together. And maybe if they were referred, maybe if they saw this newsletter, maybe you have some special sign on new customer bonuses. Create some incentive that will help your potential new customer and the person that referred them. Clear agreements, expectations. Your marketing campaigns should reflect what your services truly are. If you're going to market your high caliber professional, you get great reimbursement for midwives in a short amount of time, your agreements and your services and expectations have to reflect that once they sign up as a new. So additional things to consider, there may be some health organizations or advocacy groups outside of the traditional midwifery realm that have some cross support, cross missions that you can join with to really improve the partnership for your success, for their success, and build that stability of revenue by cross referring people, because maybe your billing company isn't going to do certain aspects of billing. So it makes sense to join forces with another billing company that does the insurance credentialing. They help to negotiate contracts. Maybe you want to touch nothing with back cleaning up messes before you take over their billing service. So it would make sense for you to establish a relationship with another billing company that fills in the gaps of what your services do. I do it all the time with consultants. I do it all the time with billing consultants and legal consultants and financial consultants because there's certain avenues of expertise and knowledge I have or things I just don't want to deal with, and I refer them to other great people based on that expertise, and it'll build up your relationship. Workflows for marketing strategy, you want to look at short term, long term. This is one I highly recommend that you outsource. Taxes, legal, marketing, billing services should be outsourced by a midwife practice, and I say the same thing to any business. Like, marketing ever changes, the algorithms online change, the I want you to utilize your budgets for marketing to maximize the results. And this is a niche on top of niche service. So you're going to want marketing strategies that are customized and created by people that know this industry really, really well. Step one, you want to identify your target market. So which midwives and birth centers and regions and areas do you want to serve? Do you want to serve big practices, small practices, certified nurse midwives, certified professional midwives, doctor-owned birth centers, only birth centers in South Carolina, Texas, only in the East Coast, only in Alaska? Like, you determine how do you want to serve, who do you want to serve, and then that'll help you with the marketing campaign to see where to find those specific midwives and birth centers. Develop your image, your messaging, your branding campaign, the value proposition. What are you going to offer them? What is it going to cost? What are they going to get out of it? How quickly are they going to see results of what you're doing for them? You're going to highlight, the whole point is to make them more money, get their patients to pay less, get them paid quickly. That's the whole point of a billing company. And if you can do that and you can do it well, you're going to be very, very busy. So you want to execute multi-channel marketing, because there may be different avenues that midwives in this niche market are at and utilizing. So do some digital presence, do some networking, do some partnerships, do some expos, do some Facebook and newsletters and social media engagement, and just really get yourself involved. I know one billing company, she wanted to serve Florida starting out, and she went door to door. She was a one-stop shop. She acted like she had a team with her marketing. She didn't lie, but she gave this presence of like, oh, we'll have one of our representatives in your area next week. Can we stop by and talk about our billing services? Well, it was her, and it was her driving around in her car all over Florida, and she's now got a multi-million dollar billing company for midwives and birth centers. So like, it doesn't matter how you creatively start, but just get started. Get yourself in front of the midwives. They're busy, they're overwhelmed, and if you can hit their pain points and you can make it an easy process for them to sign on and see results quickly, you're going to be doing very, very well. You want to track the performance of your marketing campaigns. You want to see what's working, what's not working. And when you get new customers and potential discovery calls, ask them how they found out about your practice. Because if you're getting consistent themes of a certain place, whether it's a referral or it's a certain direction of marketing, just keep doing that, and heavier on that. And you're going to notice in 3 to 5 years, as you get going and well established, you're going to do less and less marketing money, because you're going to have a high proportion of referrals to your practice. You want to maintain the relationships. You want to help people engage. Maybe they're not quite ready to sign up. I was reading statistics that it takes an average of 7 times exposure before someone actually decides and commits. Whether the exposure is a gentle email from you, it's seeing your ad again, it's seeing some post conversations. It could be anything. And so the whole point is you want to build loyalty, trust, and make it an organic process that they want to sign up with you and they want to stay with you long term. Tools and templates. You want to have stuff with the marketing campaigns that help you. They're cost effective. I use Hootsuite for my social media management, because you can go down some rabbit holes if you're directly putting it on social media platforms. It takes a lot of time. There's way more automated systems out there that it's worth the couple $100 you're paying. And like Instagram and LinkedIn, some of these platforms, you can only do it real time. You can't schedule things out. And so Hootsuite is a great one, because you can utilize scheduling out a lot of stuff for 3, 6, 12 months in a few hours, and copy and tweak and see SEO optimization. So there's really good tools out there. So there's different platforms for doing the website. Some are better than others. I like WordPress and Wix the most. I'm most familiar. I've helped a lot of midwives improve their online presence through those platforms. Social media, I already talked. Hootsuite is the one I use. Meta is okay, because it's only 30 days in advance and it's free. So just depending on your budgets and where you have to work with. Google Analytics is a really good one to help you to just see where your website and your presence is ranking. For email campaigns, you can use MailChimp. There's quite a few. I use Bravo personally, just for the cost and the uniqueness of what I needed. It made total sense. So there's a lot of different lead generation systems. You could have funneling campaigns. There's a lot of different ways. So we talked about the CRM, which is the lead generation systems. There's analytical tools. So your whole point is you want to see where you're marketing online and what is getting people to drive traffic to your website. How much time are they spending? What pages are they on? How many of them are actually converting into customers versus they're just browsing? And where are they focusing their time and energy? So there's different recommended platforms to use when it comes to practice billing management, and you want to support those like-minded businesses. You can do some cross recommendations. You could make them a great referral source. So Client Care and Mobile Midwife are the main electronic charting systems for midwives, and so if you connect with them and you can become a cross referral program together, it's a great opportunity to brand your business. with supporting midwives and birth centers, look at the needs in the area and really market and advertise. You're going to be a niche billing company. You're going to do credentialing. You're just going to do insurance verification. You're going to do billing training, resources for their team. What are you going to do? Innovative billing services, you want to look at the compliance side. Innovative medical billing does a lot with consulting and billing implementation. So maybe they would be a great resource for you to partner with as you get started. So when we talk about pitfalls and solutions, marketing to midwives, midwives have a lot of issues with losing revenue, denial, administration challenges, frustrated patients. And so the point is you want to hit those pain points, you want to recognize the issues, and you want to market and show how your business can solve their problems. You want to help them to understand the difference between billing facility versus midwifery charges and show the billing process is different. The charges are different. The fee schedules, a lot of midwives just don't understand. And so you could be that expert and advocate to help them through your marketing, also educate them. Prior authorization challenges, a lot of midwives just aren't good at doing this. And even a lot of billing companies aren't good at doing this. There's a lot of missed opportunities, increased claim rejections. And so if you can show those pain points and how you're going to solve them, those are really important things. A lot of mistakes are made with the claim processes. And so if you can show the midwives, like, hey, we're the best of the best, we have a very low denial rate, we submit things, we have an average revenue transition, quick 30, 45 days, we can get you paid, rare outstanding balances, quickly covered by patients, and everything is taken care of quickly and smoothly, it makes a huge difference. So you want to overemphasize you don't have a lot of claim mistakes, you don't have a lot of delays, you have a well-oiled machine system, so then when they sign up, they're getting what you're marketing. You want to make sure there's no insurance verification gaps throughout their process. A lot of midwives do it on their own and make mistakes. You want to help and brag. These are pain points to hit with your marketing campaigns. You want to decrease the denials and the rejections. You want to make sure the midwives are compliant and talk about how much you'll save them in risk reduction and unexpected cost and all these charges that could really add up if you have to fix them later versus you guys really understand the compliance, you keep up with the standards. If they're in network, you're following the rules. If it's government insurance plans, you know how to be compliant with all of them. It's not just submitting claims, it's being compliant with every step of the billing process. Solution, you want your marketing to be solution oriented. They have pains, they have problems, and you are here to solve them. So you want to really show all the different areas with your marketing campaigns that you can solve those problems for the midwives and the birth centers. So key takeaways, specialized billing expertise is really, really important for midwives and birth centers. And a whole point is you want to maximize their reimbursement, reduce the denials, get them paid quickly so that their families don't owe much money, and they're going to be very, very busy as a practice, which will make you very, very busy as a billing company. So most midwives are going to outsource to a biller if they're actually doing billing of insurance. And so you want to show them the value instead of trying to have their doula, try to have their receptionist do it, who doesn't have the knowledge and expertise. Why paying you a monthly rate, a percentage of the claims is worth it. Show them the financial side of the benefits to your billing service. So effective marketing does a clear audience segmentation. You go step by step showing them how you're going to solve their problems, how they can sign up, what does the process look like, what are their expectations, what are your expectations, and what is the cost involved of that working relationship. You want to have a really strong digital presence. You want to have a strong website. You want to have search engine optimization where people can easily find you. You want to have a lot of social media platforms that you're part of, email campaigns for your established and new patients and midwives you're going to serve, networking with AABC, ACNM, MANA, local groups like Carolina Birth Junkies, and then partnering with other midwives and birth centers that already are using your billing company and services so that you can get more testimonials out there, midwife educators, other companies that are already serving midwives, co-host events, co-host webinars, increase the credibility and growth, and it's going to help with that partnership and credibility. help avoid those common billing pitfalls. If you're going to brag you're all amazing and you solve all their problems, make sure your billing company is set up to do that. Help them understand the charge confusion, the authorization lapses, the poor denials they had with their other billing company or doing it on their own, and how your services are going to solve the problems that they have been having. You can help the billing company by really finding a good marketing company that can really set up a great website, can set up great email campaigns, get your SEO and analytics really strong. And you want to make sure when you're paying for marketing that your return on investment of attracting your ideal clients and customers makes total sense. So you want to keep a close eye on your performance. You don't just want to put a ton of stuff everywhere for marketing and then not pay attention to what's working and what's getting the patients and what's getting the midwives to come to utilize your billing practice.